I'm going to do a little scenario on a lost hunter, and I've went over basically when you're lost, you stop, look around, assess your situation, and look at the weather and see what kind of shelter you're going to need, as well as fire. Now the best way to get your bearings is drop down on one knee. It actually is calming to go down on one knee. You can freak out a little bit if you're standing, and it's also if you sit down you can freak out a little bit as well. You get down one knee and start assessing. First off, you check your body, see what you have on you. After you check your surroundings. But when you decide on a place you're going to make camp and what you have on you. Now I have the Schrade SCHF 37 with me, and it has a sharpening stone and a ferro rod. So I have fire, plus I have a cutting tool there. And right now I'm going to throw up a survival shelter. First off, you want to look at a couple things. I see a birch tree right directly in front of me. There's tinder for fire. I look over there and there's all kinds of dead wood. That's good for fire as well, and for shelter building. Look down at the ground. It's covered with leaf litter. So that I can use for shelter building as well. And there's some dead down trees here that are pretty long. May be able to use for framing and a ridgepole. So I'm assessing my situation for materials for building and seeing how close everything is. So you don't want to have to be running all over the forest to get what you need. Let's get busy. That should be strong enough for my ridgepole. And when you make a ridgepole, what you want to do is your body length plus one arm for length on this type of shelter. Now, if you want to find out your, usually if you spread your arms out fingertip to fingertip, is basically your height. So if you go this way here, then one more arm length should be long enough. So let's do that with this one. See where we need it. Right about here, another arm, right down to about here. So that's plenty long enough. I'm going to get a couple Y branches and get this up into the air. Geez, there's a nice Y right here. I can get 2 Ys right out of this one branch. I'll be able to use this, and this is what I want, about that length. So I'm going to try to take another one. This here is just bushes that it's not going to hurt to clear these out anyhow. Use this one for measurement. Let's get back there. You can see that's the log is laying down here. You look around and up there is a nice flat spot. And it's somewhat beveled on the back side and this side. So if it rains, it's a better spot than putting it in a gully kind of thing. So that there, the water would have to raise a couple inches before it could even get to me. But what you want to do is put something on the ground first. So I'm going to clear that out and put a little bit of debris on the ground there first. Keep me up off the ground so the ground don't suck my body heat out. I'm actually using one of my Y sticks for a rake. Seems to work good for me, just a 2-branch stick. So we want to put about a foot high on this leaf, the length of your body. And once you lay on it, it's going to compress to probably 3 inches or something like that there. So you can put more on it, but I'm going to throw, these are all wet. These are wet leaves. So you don't want to lay on them anyway. So I'm going to take some of these green boughs that are dry and throw on top of that about 3 inches or so. Now people vary. I've always heard 6 inches compressed material will be enough to keep the ground from sucking your body heat out of you. So I'm going to build this up and I'll be back. Now you can see I've got my bed on there. Now I'm just going to this in the ground a little bit. Actually, I'm going to change these. And I'll put that pole in between them. I actually changed up and got another pole. When I was pounding on that, I actually broke this here. Dang it. If I can put that in. That's pretty good right there. Now we're going to put some on the back. Now what you always have to do when you get something, a ridge pole like that, and you want this low. So you can build a fire out in front, and you'll get the heat from the fire. So always test it. See if it's going to be low enough, or you know, high enough for you. As you see, I can lay here. Have all kinds of room. So I know this will work. And now I'll just start building on it. Going to replace that one Y stick there. So I have to trim this delimit first. Let's say this knife is up for the task. Now let's see where we got to cut that off. Down here somewhere. I want that to take some weight, so there we go. Now I'm going to start getting different sticks and stuff laying across the back to make like a lean-to. And that you can use pretty well anything. As long as it's strong enough. To lay across there. Now you don't want this up above too far on your up here. Rain's going to hit this, run down it, and right into your shelter. So remember, you got to cover the top with debris. So you don't want these too much higher than the ridgepole. I'm going to get that across there. Now if I can get away with just trimming one side that I don't get poked inside, I will. Because that there, these little sticks and stuff on this branch will actually help keep debris in. Debris on the top. So I'll just trim like that there. Wedge this in here like this. Break it off. And continue on. You want to take these ones off. You don't want them sticking up too high, because you always got to remember you need about at least, they say, a foot of debris over top of your highest stick. So remember that. So if you have them cross this way, it's okay. So you don't want them sticking up, because it just means more debris you have to put on. I'm going to finish this across and I'll come back to you. Next step is to try it out. Make sure that you're going to have enough room to lay in there. As you can see, it's way out here, so that would be good enough. Now all I got to do is cover it with brush and throw debris over it. Now this is where this knife shines. You can delimb quick with this. So collect a bunch of brush and throw that over the back side. That's going to help keep the debris on. Well, that's covered good enough to keep the debris on. Now it's back to raking up more leaves. Now, I'm not going to be able to finish this and stay in this or anything. This is just a demonstration how to make this. And because I actually, it's Christmas Eve, I've got to get back. Yeah, I've got to go help my brother out and such. But I just wanted to show you how you do this. And the only cutting tool I brought out was that knife. So, my opinion, I can build a shelter with only that knife and no cordage. And that's how you do it. Just keep raking up and piling on top. You want a good foot or more, 18 inches, 2 feet if you want, you know, above you of this debris. And that'll keep it even the rain out. So, like I said, I don't have time to finish this, but you got the idea. Give you a quick peek. See down underneath there? I could put more down on there. It's compressed now. I could throw more on there. But you can see how I started putting the debris on here, the leaf debris. And like I said, you have to be out beyond this stick here, or else water will hit this and run right in underneath. And you can see how I have the brush over top of the back. Now this here, you can go on both sides and crawl right in the middle of this if you like. But this here will give you a nice little shelter, nice little lean-to. And you could put a fire right out in front, right out here somewhere, 4 feet away or so. Even right here. It's good 3 feet away. They say usually 1 step away from your shelter. You don't want a big fire, but that will go in and you'll get the warmth from that. So that will keep you warm in pretty cool situation with the fireplace. So, okay, I just wanted to show you this simple lean-to shelter that would be really good in a survival situation. I wanted to be able to do it and show you how to do it without any cordage and just using a knife. Those bigger trees and branches, you can see you can wedge it between 2 trees and snap it off. So I hope this helps some people, and if you get stranded out there with only a knife, this is what you can do. And anyway, maybe this will save a life. Take care. Bye for now.